Hello and welcome to the Grianaig Creations podcast. This is episode 72. My name is Kirsty and I am coming to you from a new location. Technically it's still the west coast, but I'm now no longer on the coast. If you follow me on Instagram, where my username is Grianaig_creations, you may have seen the announcement I put up yesterday to let you all know that my fiance and I have moved in together at long last. It has been a long time coming, and we have secured ourselves a lovely wee rental in his town, which is Paisley, which is about 20 minutes from Glasgow, 15-20 minutes. So I used to live a lot further down the coast, and now I don't live as close to water, and it's taking a bit of an adjustment. So things on the walls that you can see are some of Scott's things, because this is his office slash my craft room, and I haven't got a lot of my pictures in frames yet, so a lot of this stuff is his. So yeah, that is the new location information. I did not mean that to rhyme. Things are a bit hectic and a bit all over the place because we are still in the process of moving some stuff in. We're still trying to figure out furniture and storage, and yeah. My wool takes up a lot. A lot. So it's been quite a wee while since I last checked in with you guys. I think the last time was January, very possibly. And since then, obviously a lot has changed. Scott and I are now living together. I am slowly returning back to my day job on reduced hours, but I'm still returning, which is obviously a good thing. My second goddaughter is born. I have not met her yet. The poor wee thing is in hospital. She was a wee preemie baby, but she is a wee fighter, and we will have her home soon enough, and I will get to give her a big cuddle, hopefully. And Scotland's still in lockdown as of today, which is the 24th of April. Things start opening back up on Monday. I will be nowhere near those things because I'm just not ready for it yet. And last thing is that I just celebrated my birthday on the 22nd, and it was a lovely birthday. It was very relaxed, very quiet because obviously lockdown. But it's exactly what I needed. I had the day off work because it was my day off for my phased return. And I slept in, which was lovely. Had breakfast with my parents because I'm in a bubble with them. And then Scott and I hit up a couple of shops because we needed some stuff for the flat. And then I ordered Japanese for my dinner because now that I live somewhere a little better than where I was, I have more options for food, and there happens to be somewhere here called Japan Street Food, and it was delicious. So, all good things. Yay. So, I've been rambling on now for a little bit, and I haven't even remotely talked about anything that I have been working on, and I don't know if I am in focus. Come on, camera. There we go. So, I maybe haven't done as much crafting as I could have. Oh, what's going on with this camera screen? No, I want that. There. Sorry, y'all just got to see the good old bingo wings. I probably haven't done as much crafting as I could have done, but I was still really battling with why I've been off and severe lack of concentration and motivation. I was really suffering with bad fatigue, and I just didn't want to do anything. So a lot of what I have to show has been within about probably the last month. with some things being worked on throughout the last couple of months, but not much. Representing Baby Yoda, Teresa will be happy. So, I'm going to jump in and start with some things that I've finished, and these are in absolutely no particular order whatsoever because I don't remember when I finished them. First one is this lovely washcloth. Any names for patterns I actually don't remember. I will try and put in the description box or on the screen. Can't guarantee the second one, but it should be in the description. This is knit with sugar and cream in the turquoise colour. And you work each segment, which is really quite cool, and then you join on the back. So that was, it wasn't the first dishcloth I done. I actually made one of these first and then I made a second one, so whether this is the first one or the second one I don't actually know. The other one is in my shower at the moment. So I've been making a couple of dishcloths just because obviously it is really good and they're reusable, and there's just something nice about handmade dishcloths or washcloths even. Because you could use them as dishcloths, but I use them as washcloths in the shower. So a couple of washcloths. I don't know if you guys have seen these before now, but I have a finished pair of socks that are going to my bestie. And then I have another finished pair of socks. I actually have quite a few pairs of socks, but two of them I can't show you because they are going to my friend. We're doing a swap. I don't want to spoil it for her. So these are for my friend that I work with. I wanted to try a different heel. The last pair I made her, I done an afterthought heel. Whereas for this one I have done a slip stitch heel flap and gusset. So I wanted to see which one she might prefer. I'm kind of hoping she doesn't have a preference, because then I can just crank out more tubes on my circular sock machine, and like especially if I'm not in the mood to like hand knit a full pair of socks. But I do love knitting socks, so it's not the biggest worry in my life. So yep, two pairs of socks. Sticking on the sock front, I have not woven in the ends of these because I just finished them the other night. These are a test knit that I was doing, and of course I don't have a sock blocker big enough for these because these are for me and I have big feet. So this is a test knit for Lily. I'll put her details down below where you can find her on Instagram and the likes. And once we get more information, I think she is going to try and release the pattern for the 1st of May. And these are the ankle biter socks, and I really enjoyed working on these. It's a very interesting construction. I'm not going to give away too much information just now, but I do recommend when the pattern is available that you snap it right up, because it has been a joy to knit. And there is two. I haven't spoken about the yarn for any of the other ones apart from the washcloths because I can't actually remember the make of them, but this is an Opal sock yarn. I knit these socks really quite quickly. I did have to go up a needle size from the recommended for gauge, so it's recommended on a 2.25, but I got gauge on a 2.5 because I'm a very tight knitter, and I just really enjoyed these socks. And I will definitely be making more because, believe it or not, given all the socks I've knit, especially last year, I really don't have that many pairs of ankle socks. I kind of have to fix that. So yep, these are the ankle biter socks, and I will put all the information down below for where you can find the designer, and then once the pattern has been released, I will let you all know. Yep. Two more finished objects. Well, there's two pairs of socks in here, but like I say, these are being sent to my friend Annika, and I don't want to spoil it for her, so these will remain a surprise. But I will probably record a bit of footage after this, and I will slot it in the next podcast when I know she has received them. The next one was a quick satisfaction knit, because a lot of my projects at the time were blankets or big projects, and I needed something that was going to be quite a quick satisfaction project. And so I knit the Berry Trails headband. This is a free drops design pattern that my mum has been knitting a lot of, and I love this headband, and I thought I would give it a go. So it's a little narrow at one side and then it gets quite deep at the other, and you can wear it like both ways. You can wear it where the deep part is at the front, or what I tend to do is actually wear the deep bit at the back and tuck all my hair in, so that the back of my neck is cooler without all my hair basically covering it. And this is leftover yarn from Gamer Crafting. This is the Lady Rainicorn colourway. I knit a pair of socks in this colourway. And then I knew quite early on that my goddaughter was going to be a preemie. And I'm not going into details as to why, because that is Kirsty's personal information. But when I got the phone call to let me know that my goddaughter was going to be here a lot earlier than we thought, I decided to make a little preemie blanket. And yes, I do still have it because I haven't had the chance to see Kirsty because lockdown. So you'll see this line here, and I'm not quite sure. Well, I do know why. It's obviously just a completely different ball of yarn, but this should be the same colour, but it's clearly not. So I was using up scraps that I had. Well, I wasn't really using up scraps. Well, it is scraps, but it's quite a lot of scraps. And I was doing corner to corner, and when you stretch it, it can be quite big, so it is deceivingly small. So when I realised how small it was, I thought, right, I need to do another blanket. I need to do something a bit bigger, but I love how it's so bright and colourful, and then like I've got this wee accent down this corner as well. So that's it in its glory. I hope you can see that. Yeah, you can. So that is a corner to corner baby blanket. Again, I'll put the details down below. And then we're moving on to width. So like I say, I done the wee preemie blanket for my second goddaughter, and I thought she's going to grow out of it probably fairly quickly, even as a preemie. So I thought with the leftover yarn that I had from that first blanket, I would make another knitted blanket. I don't normally do knitted blankets, and I'm just going to start from the centre and work my way out. So this is going to be really difficult to show because it's on a fairly small cable, and I've just got a rag nail, so give me just a second. It's been doing my head in for a while. So let's see. So this will be my last colour that I need to put into the blanket. But this is what I'm working on just now. So that's the centre. And then it moves out into the red, dark red, and then quite a vibrant red, and then the orange, and then it will go into this beautiful yellow. And it's quite a big blanket so far. It's probably, well, actually no, I think it's the same, currently the same width as the corner to corner. Maybe actually a bit bigger. But I hope to get this finished. I've got, this is the orange, and then I've got, this is the yellow, and then this whole blanket pack will be used up, which is what I wanted. I wanted to try and use this pack up. And this will be the third blanket that I've actually managed to get out of this yarn pack. If you'll remember, I knit the, well, it was the baby blanket that I was knitting for my work friend's son, who was having his first child. And it was the Yarn Eater blanket, if I remember the name correctly, which was a crochet blanket. And I used all of these colours in the blanket with the same white from this one. And that was a fairly good sized blanket that I got out of that. And then obviously the Premie one, and now this one. That's quite a few projects out of a yarn pack and some white, because the white was not part of the pack. Just looks like a big ball of colour. Scott's going to come in here and see the state of his desk and flip. Oh, what did I do with those socks? Right, I can put that away. That's the whip. Where to start? Another whip is another washcloth that has not got much progress on it. This is going to be a Dalek washcloth, believe it or not, which is going to be really awesome. But I'm not enjoying the process of these baubles at all. It's not fun. Not with cotton and not on 4.5mm needles. But I reckon the finished result will be 100% worth it. So I think the pattern called for 4mm needles, but I either started it on 4mm or I looked at how tight my other two washcloths were on 4mm and I thought, no, it's probably best I go up a needle size, so I went to the 4.5, and I think it has definitely been a good shout. And this is also being knit on some sugar and cream, because I can get this quite easily because it's in a shop that is currently open here in Paisley, so that's quite handy. I went on a cotton kick and bought quite a few balls of sugars and cream. So I'll pop that away. What one should we show now? Let's get this one out of the way. So this one's going to be a bit interesting to show. This is the progress that I have made, or not made, whichever way you want to look at that. Why is there paperwork in here? This is the Morrowed Magic Sweater. The paperwork is in with my pattern, that's handy. Where's the front page? Okay, so the Morrowed Magic Sweater and Dress by Stephen West. I'm doing the sweater, and myself and Amy are doing this as a knit along, and anyone else is free to join. It's not just me and her. There has been one other person that's joined, which is fantastic, and they have finished and have put me to shame, and their finished object is stunning. So it's gonna look like just a big piece of mess because I'm not even sure which way I'm meant to hold it. Right, okay. So this will be the front. And then that will go down the back. The seed stitch panel almost destroyed me. I hate seed stitch, it turns out. I think it looks fantastic, but doing it? No, 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 no. I stalled on this quite badly for section 6? No, 7. I've stalled on it in section 7 because I don't know how I want the yarns to look, what colours I want to use. I love this section, I love it so much. The colours, the striping, it's just beautiful. And part of me just doesn't want to detract from that because I feel like that's such a statement piece for the centre panel. And I'm pretty much out of this completely because I've done the seed stitch as one colour. It used pretty much all the yarn. Now bear in mind I have striped it in 2, maybe, yeah, 2 other sections I've striped it in. Or marled it in. Oh, I need to sneeze. And my mammy's messaged me. I actually don't think I have any of that colour left. No, I do. This is as much as I have of that whitey grey yarn. That's it. That's all I have. That's probably maybe 4-5 grams of yarn, if I'm lucky. And that leaves me with, let's see if I can do this. This is going to be fun. So this is all the yarn I'm left with, and section 7 is another mesh section. And if we look back at how I done my first mesh section, this is the first mesh section here. And I think it's nice. I'm just not loving it enough to repeat it. And I'm loving like these purples and the reds and the yellow a bit more, but I really don't want to take away from the centre panel with the yellow and the reds, so it's a toughie. And it really did, I stalled on this something awful, and didn't help also we were in the process of moving when I got my flow back for this, and I just put it down, put it away, and haven't gone back to it. This is being kept in my amazing cat bag. It's huge! Just what you need for a big project and so many balls of yarn. I hope to pick this back up, I really do. But I've been trying to sit down and think about how many colours I have, and thinking maybe I could just introduce another colour. Do I marl all the colours, or do I just pick 2 colours, or even at that, do I just pick 1 colour and hold it double throughout? I just don't know. There's just so many options, and I think I'm either just overthinking it, or I'm trying to make it like into a bigger, more important project than it is, because it's really just, it's just another top that I'm putting my time into, that I am enjoying, but it's not going to anyone else that I have to make it fantastic or to meet their expectations or whatever. It's just, as long as I'm happy with it, then just do it. But I'm overthinking it and I'm just making it into something way bigger than it needs to be. So yeah. Okay. Let's get the 2 blankets out of the way, and then I've got 2 more works in progress to show you. So the first one is my granny stripe blanket. This got a lot of love since you guys last saw it. There is where my stitch marker is. That is a stitch marker from the little Bush Baby makes. And I say it got a lot of love. You guys haven't seen this for months. And it's only got that on it. Which is 1, 2, 3. 25 rows. So in 4 months I have done 25 rows. Oh, so it's not got a ton of love then. So this is how wide it is currently, which is pretty good. No, sorry, how deep it is. How deep. It's a lot wider. But it's not very deep. But I think once I'm done some, what's the word? I've got another test knit to show you. So once I'm finished that and I'm finished the baby blanket for my second goddaughter, I feel like I'll be able to kind of move back to these projects that can linger for quite a while. I'm still trying to think of that word, but it's just not coming to me. So I have balled up. Oh, I'm such a child. I balled up all the scraps I currently have, which are kind of like Opal and your more rustic, I know people don't like that word, sorry, sturdy sock yarns. And so I've got 2 big giant balls to work through. As huge as they look, I'm probably not going to get a ton of work done through them. But I'll get what I can, and then I will either need to put a call out for more yarn to see if anyone would be kind enough to send me their scraps, or I really just need to make a ton of other socks. And that's doable, because I do want to make myself quite a good few pairs of ankle socks, but given the amount of socks I knit last year, I'm knitting socks for other people and I'm just not getting through them quick enough because they're not for me. If you know the struggle, you know the struggle. Right, let's try and get these balls away. I don't care about trying to get the project away, although if I can get it into the bag that would be good. I have to go back and fold it later on. If I can get it in the bag, that's one less thing to worry about. I need a bigger bag! Ta-da! Okay, one more blanket. And you haven't even seen this one yet. I started this since the last time I recorded, because apparently I decided I needed another blanket project. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I was running out of time, so I reset it. So yep, you haven't seen this blanket project yet. You probably didn't even know it was a thing, unless you follow me on Instagram. I just randomly decided one day I needed a new blanket project. Excuse me. Decided I needed a new blanket project, something different, something new. Another one for me and Scott, or me. Let's be honest, they're for me. And this was before I knew we were going to be moving, before we even decided we were going to start looking again for a flat, and I just needed something. And so I decided to cast on the Neat Ripple Blanket, which is an Attic 24 pattern. That is who the Granny Square blanket is, Granny Stripe blanket is by. And this is my progress so far. Not much, really not much. I am knitting this in leftover balls of yarn, or just random balls of yarn that I had lying around, and currently storing it in my Star Trek bag, Star Trek bucket bag. I love this bag. There's a fly on my phone. And I am working this on a 5mm clover crochet hook. This is one of my favourite types of hook. I like the feel of it in my hand. It doesn't hurt me. I normally get quite sore there where it rests. So yep, that's the hook I'm using, and the yarn I'm using as well. And my colour choices on this are get as much out of it as you can, really. So you see that I started with the white, and then I went purple red, and then I went white, red, purple, so that that section is mirrored. And then I thought, right, I have this blue, just chuck it in, use it up, basically make the blanket as big as we can with minimal yarn. And then I wanted to do the reverse of the first one, but still mirror it. So I done red, purple, and then white, purple, and then I'll do red. And then I'll do another white stripe, and then go back to this blue, and then just do that throughout. And I'll hopefully be able to get a really nice big blanket. All my blankets that are for myself and Scott, if he ever uses them, are king size, big enough for a king size in case I want to throw them over the bed. But I'm thinking king size won't always be the best option if we're going to have them over the sofas. So I don't know. I could always double it over, or once I'm finished these I could always make smaller blankets. That's an idea. I don't need to make any more blankets. I have enough. I do love a good blanket. And I do like making a good blanket. The only thing with this one ends. So again, this one hasn't been getting much love because for a long time I say a long time, I've not been here that long, but for what felt like the longest time, we didn't have sofas or comfortable chairs like the one I'm sitting in. We were sitting on deck chairs and they were so uncomfortable. Well, they weren't deck chairs, they were camping chairs. And one of them in particular was more uncomfortable than the other because it seems that it had started to buckle, like the bars had started to kind of like, I don't know if it was put away wrong or something, but the bars were bent so it was narrower. And there was just nothing comfortable about sitting in these chairs, whereas I can completely picture myself curled up on the sofa, watching a movie or a TV programme, working away on my blankets. So these haven't received much love because I have not been comfortable enough to work on them, and I have also had a lot of other projects to work through. So hopefully this will get picked back up soon enough with some of the other blankets that I've been working on, and eventually they'll get finished. God knows when, but sometime. Okay, 2 more projects to go. I started, oh, I found my bracelet. Yay! I've been looking for this in the move. This is my Pandora bracelet that Scott got me for Christmas. And then the necklace I got from Aileen. Don't know how well you can see that. Oh, it's just gonna focus on me. I don't know why I put them in there. Well, it's good to know they're safe. I started the As If tea. Oh no, it's pulled one of the yarns. Here we go. There, that's better. It's rolling at the bottom because it was done with a... Oh, what is that cast on called? Let's go with a temporary cast on. That's not the right word, but it's the words I'm going to use. Where you use a crochet hook and you make a chain, and then you go into the chain, and then eventually you rip out the chain and you knit down. I'm a knitter. So this is the As If tea that I stalled on. Just because of everything going on, like packing and stuff, and then the whole move, and so it doesn't look very long. It also doesn't help, it's rolling like something awful. So yeah, you can see my chain down the bottom. And my contrast yarn. I'll eventually rip that out and then I can knit down once I know exactly what length I want. Oh, the mohair is shedding. So yeah, I hope to, just like everything else, I hope to get back to this, and oh, I've dropped my fuzz. I hope to get back to it, I hope to finish it, especially considering we are coming into the better weather, and I think this was like really beautiful on days where it is gloriously sunny outside, and even if there's just like a slight breeze or I'm just sitting instead of walking around, I genuinely think this would be really beautiful to wear outside. So hopefully, like everything else, I will get back to it at some point. Oh, I'm so happy I found that now. I was actually saying to Scott just the other day, like, I don't know where that bracelet is. I hate moving. Like, you lose track of everything unless you're super organised, which I was not when I was packing. Everything just got shoved into boxes and bags and just not care. Okay, last project. Thanks for sticking with me. The last project I'm working on at the moment is another test knit. I don't normally agree to do so many test knits. Especially two so close together. I either agreed to do the sock, well, I offered to do the sock. Oh, I need to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. I either offered to do the sock and then I offered to do the tee, or I offered to do the tee and then I offered to do the sock. But I thought, socks I'm normally particularly quick with, and I had a really good turnaround time for the tee, so I thought I can do this, and it seems like I am on track. So it's on a very short cable because I prefer working in the round with a short cable, unless like I'm really struggling for space for my stitches, which is not the case here. So it's quite bunched up, so I can't really show you too well, but this is the Colour Block Boxy tee. I always want to say boxy block before block, but it's the Colour Block Boxy tee, and that is by Tiny Teal Handcrafted, and that is Vicky. And I am loving this project. I knew I was going to enjoy it, but I didn't think I was going to love it because I'm always worried about the fit when it comes to garments. I swatched. I actually done a swatch, and I found out that because I am a tight knitter, I had to go up a needle size. So what am I on? Am I 5.5? Yeah, I'm on 5.5. So it called for 4.5 for the ribbing and 5 for the body. I done ribbing in 4.5, and then I'm doing the body in 5.5. The yarn was yarn that I dyed quite a while ago. Oh, excuse me, I'm getting hiccups now. First sneezes, now hiccups. It's extremely soft. It is non-treated, pure merino. It is so luxurious to me when I feel this. It's going to be amazing to wear, but I reckon it's going to pill like crazy. I just have a feeling it's already fuzzing up. Just from me folding it and putting in and out my bag, it is starting to fuzz. But I love it so much. I wish you guys could just reach through and give this a squish, because oh, it's delicious. And I love how I'm doing jogless join, or what's the other word for it? Helical knitting, so that you can't see any difference in the skeins, even though they were all dyed in the exact same pan. I just didn't want to risk it, and I love this colour so much, and I wish I could recreate it, but I've never been good at doing that. But this is now my sole focus right now. I'm going to continue knitting on this after I've edited the podcast, and I'm almost ready to split for the sleeves, and it's short sleeves, and I'm hoping, if I get the go ahead, to make a cropped version of it, because I just think it's going to look beautiful in a cropped version. I really think it's going to be beautiful in a cropped version. So there's two versions of this without taking the length into consideration. One is 4-ply and one is double knitting. I'm testing the double knitting, and I'm doing it in the 48-inch bust, which will give me 3 inches positive ease. Yes, I had to use my fingers. My brain is completely fried right now. So I'm really looking forward to having this finished and off the needles and just wearing it, because I think it's going to be absolutely... I genuinely reckon it's going to be a staple piece in my wardrobe once it's done. It's glorious. I've tried it on. The fit seems really good. I'll try it again once I have split the sleeves and put the sleeves on scrap yarn or a spare cable or something. Because I have rather generous arms, and sometimes I feel like patterns don't really accommodate for that for me, because I don't have the bust or just generally the body for the arms that I have. So I will definitely need to make sure that fits me, because I don't want a garment that I can't wear because of my arms. I have had plenty of dresses because of that I can't wear. So once this pattern is released, I will certainly be letting you guys know, but I did want to share it, and I am allowed to, so I thought, why not? Share the joy, because it's a beautiful pattern. It is so well written. I have never done the raglan increases and then done the short row shaping for a higher neck, so that was new to me, and that completely caught me off guard. And I actually had to message and be like, is this right? And they're like, yeah, that's right. It's just easier for beginners, because any garment I've done, the short row shaping has been before or during the increases for the raglan. Oh, I can't stop, like, what's the word? My brain is still scrambled. gushing. I can't stop gushing about this pattern. I think about knitting on this when I'm not knitting on it. Yeah. This is what I'm going to be working on the rest of the day. So this is a messy ball of yarn. Let's see if I can neaten this up. Well, there's just so much colour in this and so much depth to it. And I really wish I could remember how I dyed it and what, because I'd love to recreate it in another, like in a 4-ply or even just another DK. But yeah, it was beautiful. Not tooting my own horn or anything. That is the last project, my last whip. And it's going to be my main whip for the foreseeable until I get it complete. It has obviously been quite a while since you guys last saw me, so I do have some things that I have purchased, and if you want I will share those with you. If you don't, now is probably a good time to turn off, so I will say thank you so much for watching up until this point. But I'm gonna stop the camera and gather some of the things I have purchased. Some of them I'm not going to bother, and I'm just going to insert a picture because they've been put away in the cupboard and I'm not pulling them back out. So I'll stop now, get the yarn together, and for you guys you'll not even notice. So okay, I think I got everything. Nearly everything. Oh, stop sliding away. Okay, so let's start with this one. Someone I follow on Instagram, who you're all probably like, yeah, Kirsty, we knew about her. Like, we knew about them ages ago. Noodle Soup yarn. Seen a post that they were putting up for, what are they called, Yarn Dare. I don't know anything about this yarn line or what, but my understanding is that they'll produce relatively identical socks. Please correct me if I'm wrong, like jump into the comments down below. I'm not sure, but I fell in love with the colours and I got them. So I got two from Noodle Soup Yarns. This is Yarn Dare 14, and like, how could I not get these? Like, they're just beautiful. And then Yarn Dare 18, where I love the neon, like it's neon pink and yellow. I'm not sure if the blue and green's meant to be a neon, but the yellow and the pink's definitely neon. And I really just thought these would look fantastic in socks. So it is 100 grams, split into 50 gram hanks. You get 425 meters, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, and it does give like washing instructions and stuff. So I can get a pair of socks in 50 grams, easy. Do I knit another pair for someone else, or do I trade for 50 grams of yarn with someone? I'm not sure. I don't know what to do because I'm not going to need 100 grams for myself. So I haven't thought about it, but I just thought these were beautiful. Especially this one. This is my favourite. And then my Mama Knits was having a sale, which I'm Scottish, we love a good sale, not even gonna lie. And she does carry sock blanks, and I love a good sock blank. I love a good sock blank because I don't have to wind the yarn, I don't have to set up my Swift, my ball winder, although you can just see my ball winder there. I just get to sit and unravel it from the sock blank. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to aggravate my shoulder or my wrists or my hands, and it's fantastic. I love it. I wish more people would do sock blanks. So I got two. One with pinks and purples, a wee splash of blue. I think there's a wee tiny bit of green in there. Some has remained undyed, which I love. More blue when you get into the layers. It's just, I think it's beautiful. I could take it out and show you, but then I've got to fold it all back up and put it back in. So I'm not gonna. This is her single strand sock blank, which is 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. 425 meters in 100 grams, and then it tells you like how to work with it if you're new to sock blanks, and also some recommended washing and drying information. And then this one has some very, very dark, that looks black but it's actually really dark purple and blue, and there's some green in there as well, and I just thought it was moody and beautiful, and I couldn't wait to make something with it. And let's face it, it's probably going to be socks. And yeah, they're probably going to be for me. To be fair, I can get, like I say, excuse me, I can get 2 pairs out of 100 grams, so someone else will get a pair of socks. And then, this isn't all the cotton that I've bought, because I've been using some of it, but because of the washcloths I've been making, I went out and bought some sugar and cream. This is psychedelic. What's the colour in this one? Black currant. I love that purple. I love it, love it, love it. Chocolate ombre. Daisy ombre. This one's probably just black. Yeah, black or noir. With my hair on it, excuse me. And rose pink. So I will eventually be working my way through my cotton collection. Okay, so my mum tagged me in something on Facebook to say that Hobbycraft were doing a 3 for 2 on sewing thread, and I actually needed sewing thread. I had completely ran out of white, and I'm still making masks for the family. So I went on and I got 3 spools of the 1000 meter Gutermann thread. 2 in white, 1 in black. And I could either spend $4.50 on shipping or spend a wee bit more money and get free shipping. So I thought if I can get something that's $4.50 or £5, then it's worth it. So look through some of the yarn, because sometimes they have some good stuff that is not acrylic. Nothing against acrylic. Quite a few of my blankets are knit with acrylic. But I wanted to see if they had some sock yarn, because every so often they will stock like a Regia or something. And that's when I found this from Rico Designs. It's the Superba Vintage, and it is a 4-ply, 100 grams, 420 meters, 75% virgin wool, 25% polyamide, and it is for knitting socks. This was £8, so it's a wee bit more than I needed to spend for my free shipping, but I thought, why not? It was a couple of days before my birthday, treat myself and just see what it's like to work with, because I hadn't even squished this ball of yarn. It seems thick for a 4-ply, and my mum agrees with me. So it's going to be interesting to see if I get my usual gauge on a 2.25, I normally get 9 stitches to the inch when I am working with 2.25mm and a kind of normal thickness for 4-ply. So it is going to be quite curious to see if it being a little thicker is just in my head, or if it's just because it is quite plump. And then when you work with it, maybe when I tighten my tension, that's when maybe it won't be... I could be speaking absolute gobbledygook right now. So yeah. Let me know if you have seen this before, because to me this is a new yarn. But this could have been out for quite a while and I've just not seen it because, well, our shops are shut. So yeah, I'm quite interested to work with it. It does feel like my normal sock yarn that I would work with, so my Regia. All the other brands have completely escaped my head right now. Part of me feels like I shouldn't have recorded today just because my head's still not 100%. Regia. Oh gosh, it's all gone. You know what I mean. Maybe. Okay, so next thing I'm going to show off, if you have ordered the birthday surprise bag from Ellen, which is Calic Chic Ellen, maybe don't look. Let me check actually, is that what it's called, birthday surprise bag? Why am I looking on Etsy? Ellen isn't on Etsy. Yeah, birthday gift bag. So if you've maybe ordered the birthday gift bag, maybe look away now, because I'm going to show what I received, which I know isn't what someone else has received, but I still don't want to give spoilers. So, look away now. I received this. I've never had one of her triangle bags, so this is going to be really interesting for me to work with. I'm trying to, it's been folded, so. And I kept it folded as well, which has not helped. Here we go. And it's in this really fun ice cream print, and then this awesome contrast. Like, isn't that just such an amazing contrast inside? And then with her tag as well. And then with that, I received, oh, I left the stitch markers downstairs. I received a couple of extra things in it, but in one of them I did receive this beautiful yarn. I got one of her sock blanks! So this is her WA sock blank, which is 425 meters for 100 grams, 75/25, and that was a superwash merino nylon. And this is marigold with love on it. And what I mean by with love on it, she has, I'm so sorry if I'm holding this upside down. I think it's this way. She has used a stencil to write on the sock blank. How cool is that? So I could easily just like half and half. Right, let's see if I can get this rolled back up. That's the only bad thing about sock blanks, is just trying to get them wrapped back up and put back in the packaging. Squeeze! Uh-oh, I missed a layer. No! There we go. It does not look nearly as good as when it arrived, so I have butchered its presentation a little bit. Ta-da! So yeah, I got some other things in the package, but I have left them downstairs. We live in a masonette flat, so we've got an up and a down. And I have killed my niece today because we went on not a long walk, but we went on a walk, and then I've been sitting cross-legged, and yeah, I've got my knee, so I ain't going back downstairs for it. Apologies, but not sorry at the same time. And then I also decided to treat myself to a gorgeous bag that Ellen had made, and I fell in love with it from her stories, and I was just like, I need that, can you please hold on to it for me? And she did, and I am over the moon. And I've got alpaca fuzz. No, not alpaca fuzz. What's the other one called? Mohair. I'm going back to bed. I've got mohair on it, so excuse that. But it's... I get it confused. It's either alpacas or llamas. But they're so stinking cute! And it's got gorgeous contrast fabric on the inside, and I just think this is adorable. And like I say, she put it up in her stories, and I was just like, that's mine. And she was an absolute doll and kept it for me because I had to wait to payday. And I really, really love it. I think they're so squishy, and I wish I had a soft toy of this animal. You still there? You still with me? I don't think I've got much else to add. I pretty much gave my life story at the start of this. I have done some spinning, but that is on my wheel downstairs. And like I say, I'm not going downstairs because my knee is cupped. Flat, birthday, goddaughter, lockdown, going back to work. Yeah, that's me. My brain's still a bit scrambled, and then going back to work has been a lot more tiring than I thought it was, because I've been off for 5 months now. And even though I'm going back in reduced hours, so the first week I was back 3 days, 3 hours each, and then I was back last week was 4 days at 4 hours. That knackered me a lot. The first week knackered me, I'm not gonna lie. I had to nap in the first week. I tried to nap in the second week, and then we were due a delivery, and we used the tracker that was there, and it said it was only like 5 stops away. So I got up and out of bed, and I went downstairs, and I waited and I waited and I waited. Half an hour had passed, the guy still hadn't shown up, and then when he did show up, he just posted it through the letterbox, because he folded it and squeezed it through our letterbox when he could have just rang the bell. So that was annoying, and I didn't go back to bed because it was too late for me to nap. So it's been incredibly tiring going back to work, but I am enjoying being back. There's some changes going on in my work that are out with my control. Nothing bad, I would say, but that can be a bit stressful when you don't know what's going on. So this week coming, I'm back 4 days at 5 hours, and then the week after that I'm back to 5 days, possibly 6 hours if not my full shift, which might kill me because that's, with my lunch break, that's 8 hours. So going from 5 to 8 hours, that's a lot. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm feeling a lot better than I was. My brain's just a bit scrambled. But yeah, the move has been tiring but exciting. I have far too much stuff. Far too much stuff. I am going to actually have to have a big massive clear out, because a lot of it's still at my parents' house. So that's going to be fun to try and get back here. You'll not see Soxy anymore in my videos. He is living with my parents. We are not allowed pets because we are renting. So my boy can't come here. So you'll not be seeing him curled up in the back of any videos. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry because it hurts me more than it hurts you. But yeah. I'm going to go tidy up now and try and get this recorded, and then I'm going to work on my colour block boxy tee. Wow, that's quite actually hard to say. Or it's just really hard for me to say. And I'm probably going to go get something to snack on. We got sugar. Boost my sugar levels a little bit. Yeah. Come find me on Instagram as Grianaig_creations, and I'm also on Facebook as the Grianaig Creations podcast group. I will add links to both of those in the description box below. I will not be promoting Ravelry anymore. The group is still there. I'm still to pick winners. I'm still to announce winners from the last giveaway on the last podcast episode. Apologies, I don't even know where the prizes are right now because half my stuff's still at my parents' house, half my stuff is in bags and closets and just nah. So yeah, I will not be promoting Instagram because they have taken away classic mode, which was not what it should be, but it was better than their new stuff, and I can't access it for very long before I get eye strain, and I'm just not doing that to people. So there's two places you can find me, which is Instagram and Facebook. Thinking of opening up a Discord group. Still getting to the grips with Discord, but if that's something you guys would be interested in, let me know in the comments below. But I really hope you've enjoyed this. It's so good to be back. I'm way out of the swing of things, so apologies because I do feel quite rusty, and that's probably going to come across. And the location might change as we start settling in a bit more, especially because Scott currently works Sundays, so I can't record on a Sunday, especially in here. I could record downstairs in the living room, but we're still trying to get furniture and stuff sorted. So yeah, things are getting back to a level. Getting back to level. Let's end it there. I'm gonna go record this and hopefully get it up on YouTube as soon as humanly possible. I am gonna go get some snacks. I'm gonna go shove on maybe Lord of the Rings. I don't know what I'm gonna watch actually. I don't watch TV very much, and I'm all caught up on what I do watch on TV. So yeah, probably Lord of the Rings. That's my go-to. And the fact that my throat's starting to be like, please stop talking, is the symbol to wrap this up. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you've liked this episode. If you just want to have a wee chat, jump into the comments below, let me know how you're doing. I hope you're all keeping really safe, and remember to wash your hands and wear your mask. Until next time, goodbye.